A federal judge permanently blocked any National Guard from entering Portland. This decision happened yesterday when Judge Karen Immergut came out and said that there was no cause for the Portland Guard or any guard to be deployed to Portland after taking multiple days of testimony. And so that right now they are blocked. However, this will be appealed to the Ninth Circuit, which, if that name sounds familiar, it's because they're pretty busy. They are also doing an en banc appeal hearing, which will be 11 randomly selected judges from the Ninth Circuit, and they will hear a separate but similar case about Portland and the executive authority's ability to send troops there. That en banc hearing was necessary because in a previous ruling where they had sided with the GOP administration, it turned out that the administration's lawyers had lied to them, which led to them supporting the government. When they found out about that, they said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do an en banc. So that'll be 11 judges out of the 27, I believe, in the Ninth Circuit. And they'll hear that. I haven't heard a date yet about when that will take place. But for right now, any National Guard troops are barred from Portland. In Arkansas, because Sarah had FOMO, she will be sending troops to D.C. after they extended their deployment there to February 28th. That will be part of a number of states. I believe it's 8 Republican states who have sent troops to D.C. to support them as they pick up trash and walk around the neighborhoods. So she's going to send a number there. They may rotate out with another GOP state. A number of GOP states have said that they would pull their National Guard back at the end of November. So we'll see if this is a rotation just between Republican states. But she wanted to get her face out there a little bit and, support her buddy in the White House. So they'll be sending some troops there soon as well. Texas troops in Chicago have cost about $4 million so far. They arrived on October 7th. A judge almost immediately banned them from entering Chicago. So basically, they're sitting around a barracks doing training while their jobs back home continue and their families probably miss them. So another great move by Abbott and the Republican administration. In West Virginia, we can expect a decision next week on if the governor unconstitutionally sent National Guard troops to D.C. There was a argument that he did not consult the legislatures, Senate and the House, which he is required to do by the Constitution, and he just sent them to make the Republican president happy. And so that is being reviewed by a judge, so we'll look for that next week. And finally, walking on ice for just a moment, if you will, a judge, Sarah Ellis, federal judge, said that groups in Chicago, DHS, ICE, Border Patrol, are restricted from riot control weapons, which is tear gas and like pepper balls. They have to give 2 warnings before they use that. They're also restricted from physical force, such as shoving, throwing protesters and journalists to the ground. So it really kind of limits them a little bit unless there's an immediate threat to them. And she will be monitoring that. So Chicago has done a great job so far of pulling back on the ICE raids. They're still happening, absolutely. But the use of force and what they're doing to perform their operations has been restricted. You'll remember that Bovino was in court and was told to show up daily to give reports because of the violence, basically, that his men and women were subjecting people to. An appeals court said he doesn't have to show up, but he is still giving reports on a daily basis, has to wear a body cam. And basically, the judges have shown that they're keeping an eye on them, which is helping limit some events. So we'll see with the additional ruling from the judge if this continues to help. Obviously, again, the raids are still happening, but this may make them a little bit less violent, a little bit less ice-stopo until we can get them to stop altogether. All right? Okay, thank you.